Hi all. Today's topic is to understand CI/CD, alternatively called continuous integration and continuous deployment. So we are going to understand how a usual project or feature lifecycle works and what is CI/CD. And then next we will understand what are the tools that we can learn in our day-to-day project deployment processes. And then towards the end we will try to understand a GitHub action with an example, and which can probably work with many of your small scale or medium scale projects. So let's start. This is how a usual project deployment or feature development cycle looks like. So you can see that usually what we do is we write the code, we commit the code to whichever tool we use, and then we test it, we deploy it, we build it. Correct. Build is probably not the case with all types of projects, but let's just for the sake of our understanding, let's consider that build is also one of the steps that that is followed in the deployment process. Now, before we understand what CI/CD is, let me try to explain why CI/CD is popular and what does it solve. So imagine a situation where you are developing a project, and as we all know, a project is made of several features. After we develop a new feature, we deploy the code to the server and release a new update. In older days, and in fact, a lot of developers follow this today also, the deployment and testing process was done manually. And you can understand how cumbersome process this would have been, especially in cases where deployment failed due to some reasons, and you have to repeat the process again until deployment gets succeeded. So what is CI/CD? CI/CD solves this problem of this manual deployment. CI/CD basically automates the integration and deployment process, and developers can focus on writing their code, developing new features, and the integration and deployment process is taken care by CI/CD. CI stands for continuous integration, and CD stand for continuous delivery or deployment. If you want to improve your efficiency and accelerate the deployment process, you must learn it. Now, what are the popular CI/CD tools? So there are Jenkins, there is GitLab, GitHub Actions, Azure DevOps, AWS Code Pipelines, and many more. It totally depends on which one fits best for your development environment, and which one is easy to learn for you. So you can explore their documentation and pick one for you and start learning it. I personally use GitHub Actions to automate this process for my projects, because it's very simple to use, and since I use GitHub to manage my code repositories, it just fits in the deployment process. If you want to learn more about GitHub Actions, you can visit their documentation. It's here. So if you look at their very first example, it says you need to create a folder, GitHub, and then workflows, and then you need to give a name, let's say deploy.yml or anything for that matter. And then you create this YML file. An example of this YML file is provided here. As you can see, there is this name. So this YML file is a set of command, that directs your uh, repository to follow certain steps to deploy your project to a server. So as you can see, name, there are many commands, but let's just look at the important ones. And then as you can see, there is this event. So whenever there is a new code pushed, this GitHub action will be called, and then you can define the set of action, set of jobs it needs to perform. Now we can look at the a real example that will help you understand it in detail. Okay, so I have this project which I created last week. It's a simple project. I created Apple login functionality in this project, and I've used Flask framework. So let's start. How this work is. You click on this actions menu. When you come here, you will see there are already lots of deployment scripts written here. So you can look at them. You can see which one fits your requirement and use them straight away. Um, you can see deploy Python app to Azure, Functions app, Azure web app, Amazon ECS, and there are many more. You can click on view all and see which one suits your need. For this tutorial, I'm going to set up my own workflow. When I click there, you can see it has already created this folder, and inside that folder there is this workflows, and then main.yml. We can rename it to anything we want. And so I have this script that I have written, and you can see I have given it a name, which is Apple login, and then this will be called whenever there is a new code push here. And then with this is the jobs section, and in this job section I am giving it a command to generate a build. We can name it anything, and we are instructing it to run on Ubuntu latest. And these are the steps that we are following here. So name is executing remote SSH command using password. This uses a pre-built instruction. You can check what are the other options on their documentation site. I would say in most of the cases it will work, whether it is your Python project or a PHP project or a React project, Vue.js, Node.js. It can work for pretty much pretty much a lot of technology stacks. And then we have this secret values. So we have this host, username, password. I have defined it in secret. I'll show you where to define it. Let's first look at the other sections, and then these are the script that will run on the server whenever this deployment process begins and the authentication is passed. So I'm going to the environment folder. So I have created an environment on my server, and then I'm activating this environment, and then I'm going to the Apple login directory, which is my project directory. I am running the git commands, git stash, git pull, pip install requirement. So, and then I'm running the migrate command, which will create the tables or modify the tables for me accordingly. Now this script section can change based on your project and framework that you would use. But by just changing this script section, you can You can use it pretty much for any project you have. Now I will commit the change, and the moment I commit the change, it will start executing. Now if I go to the action section, you can see it has already started the deployment section because I have posted a new change to the server. Now about the secret values, I can come here and then click here, secret. So here I can create new secrets, and new repository secret is here. So I'll, let's say, give SSH host, password, username, and then I'll save it. The moment you save it and run the script again, run it from the action section, you will see that the code deployment will start and it will succeed. At this point of time, I'm sure it might have failed because we don't have any secret values set yet. So try it for your projects, and let me know in the comment section if it worked, and uh, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video if you gained something out of it. Thank you. Bye.